All right, that concludes Governor Andy Beshear's briefing today. The headlines: 11 more Kentuckians have died from the coronavirus. The governor announced 177 more cases, bringing the total to more than 2,200. But we'll have more on the coronavirus later, but we want to get to the big story really again across the mountains here tonight. And while more of you will go to sleep in a warm home, thousands will not be so fortunate. Crews are scattered across the region, still working to restore power. Combined, there are about 800 Kentucky Power crew members and others they have brought in. Officials say they are in the final stages of assessing the damage. That will then allow them more time to focus exclusively on getting people back on the grid.
And we'll continue to working at the priorities. We prioritize our customers through our outage management system, also in staying in contact with judge executives, city and community leaders, so that we can have that interaction and find out where the pockets are that they have infrastructure issues like water, sewer, hospitals, nursing homes.
At last check, there were nearly 35,000 Kentucky Power customers still without power. The past 2 days for many has consisted of cleanup efforts, from cleaning off roads, picking up porch items, and sawing trees. It's been a busy few days for many, and that's no different for one family here in Perry County. WYMT's Will Puckett is live as those cleanup efforts continue. Will?
Steve, 17 feet around at the base, more than 120 feet tall. The wind Sunday night blew this tree down, splitting two houses almost perfectly, crashing onto the railroad tracks in front. And as you can tell, the cleanup process for this isn't going to be easy. It is the melody of a cleanup process.
I don't know, we'll be here a couple, 3 days, but we'll get it.
One that has people shocked when they roll by.
They shake their head. And they tell me, oh my gosh.
On one side of this massive tree lives Haven King's brother, and on the other side, his sister.
If it went either way, then it would have been a catastrophe. So I thank the good Lord that he knew where to take it.
Sunday night's wind laid this tree down square in between the two houses.
Kind of loud. But I told him that this thing would eventually fall.
And fall it did. Now a sight to behold, and a long and loud cleanup process. Steve, King said when they moved here in the late 50s, it was a big tree. Then, now 60 years later, of course, it's an even bigger tree. For those asking, it's a poplar tree, great for burning wood, but it's gonna go fast. Steve, everyone here is just happy that this did not take any lives away from them.
Absolutely. Will, thank you very much. Well, many of us who had power outages for more than a day are having to throw away food that was refrigerated. Pantry Shelf in Hazard went more than a day without power, losing much of what they had in their coolers in the process. WYMT's Connor James talked with them and continues our team coverage.
Well, Pantry Shelf here in Hazard was without power for roughly 36 hours. A lot of their food and meats that were in those refrigerated units had to be thrown away. The store still remained open, only able to take cash. The store had an incredibly busy day Monday with people trying to buy supplies that didn't need refrigeration. They had to balance that with social distancing guidelines. Owner Susan Brotherton says she more than likely lost several $1,000s in merchandise in the time the power was out.
Everything, and we're not even talking about, we haven't made it to what I'm going to lose in a donut freezer, which is a lot of product that I'm afraid to even go back there and open the door and look at. So.
Now there's some good news out of all of this. Take a look at this video we shot at the very end of our shoot today here at Pantry Shelf. As you can see, that's the power coming back on after more than 36 hours. Yes, 36 hours without power. They finally got it back on here and they can go back to taking card. They also just got a new supply of ice for anyone that may need it to keep their freezer and refrigerator going. I'm here in Hazard, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Brotherton did say, although many people are still without power, it was a miracle no one was injured during this windstorm. We'll be right back.